Welcome back, Truth Seeker. Earlier this week, March 20th, 2019, a story emerged about how spaceflight is activating herpes in astronauts. And if you read the story, it was about how the stress of space travel is reactivating old viruses in the body, including herpes, chickenpox, shingles, etc. What was interesting about this story is it broke on a date with a life lesson number 35. And look at the gematria of herpes 35. Every single day, news stories contrived by this code. With regards to space, NASA, the most known space agency, they have the gematria value of 35, number that shows up a lot in space news. Notice herpes and NASA both sum to 35 and 28. Herpes in space also carry gematria values of 91 and 28. So, herpes in space, news by the numbers. As I was reading the story, this paragraph really jumped out. To date, 47 out of 89, 53%, the reflection of 35, astronauts on short space shuttle flights, and 14 out of 23, 61% on longer ISS missions, shed herpes viruses in their saliva or urine samples, said lead study author Satish K. Mehta at St. Johnson Space Center. So, right away, 47 out of 89. The space programs of the world are controlled by Freemasonry, and 47 is a very symbolic number to the Freemasons. It's the number of degrees on their compass and their logo. But notice, this is on the ISS. The ISS also equals 47, and it's like 47 out of 89? Really? About a virus? Virus is 89? As dumb as it is, literally, news is contrived every single day by this code. And everybody should ask why. I mean, why? Why is it so important? Beyond that, the answer is that they're doing it. And of course, the reason they're doing it is because it goes back to Kabbalah. And Kabbalah says, God created the world by merging the letter with the number with the word. And seemingly the people who control the media know they're playing God over the masses' lives by filling their heads with information, controlling what people are talking about around the water cooler and whatnot. What makes me sad is there's all these big channels emerging making fun of flat earthers. I'm not a flat earther. I've always spoken against the flat earth psyop. I've said from day one, if the earth was flat, you'd be able to go to the top of a mountain and take out a telescope and track the sun 24/7, 365. I've been a broken record saying that since 2015. And it's a fact. I mean, if the earth was flat, you'd be able to track the sun 24/7, 365. So all of you caught up in the psyop, don't say I didn't warn you. I've been doing it for years. But the point I was making is there's all these big channels rising up making fun of flat earthers. And it's not hard to do. But what I notice about almost all these channels is they toss in this other rhetoric too. Making fun of other conspiracy stuff, which is actually legitimate. And, I forget this guy's name is. He has like 150,000 subscribers. He literally looks like a dickhead. And almost all of his videos are making fun of flat earthers and uses the term tinfoil hat. But in his videos, he's always praising and saluting NASA. And he was just talking about how remarkable it is, the NASA, lunar rover that lasted all those days. The guy thinks he's so smart, so brilliant, and flat earthers are so dumb, but he doesn't question any of these stories, And that's true it's not just him. I mean, it's just all these channels rising up. There's a guy named Greater Sapien. He threw in a comment about, all these people who blame stuff on Freemasons and Jesuits. Like they're not responsible for any wrongdoing in the world. So, a lot of these people who think they're big tough guys going after the, psyoped flat earthers, they're actually not as smart as they believe themselves to be. Quite gullible themselves. And if they knew this code, they'd see how they're getting hoodwinked every single day. So, We'll leave it there. Until next time, Truth Seeker.